Average Size Brothers Show. 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 Average Size Brothers Show.
Hello, it's the Average Size Brothers. I'm Jacob.
I'm Connor.
And this is just a little reminder to please like, subscribe, and share the video to everybody you could possibly imagine. It really helps us out, grows the channel, and
Push it out there more with them likes. Just a like, honestly. I'll take a like.
so yeah, I mean, like, comment, whatever it is. Really appreciate it. And yeah.
Or if
Hope
you hate
you-
it, dislike it.
Yeah, or dislike it. And I hope you enjoy the episode. Hello, this is the Average Size Brothers podcast. I'm Jacob,
I'm Connor.
and this is...
Pasquale.
And he is here because he is a very interesting man. You can see probably by the little toys here that he is a Firefighter Emt. Not to get it mixed up with a police officer or a firefighter. Is there any difference between a Firefighter Emt and a firefighter?
The biggest difference is I have a little bit more knowledge as on the medical standpoint. There is a firefighter paramedic as well, which I'm going to school for now, which is above an EMT.
Okay. So you're smarter than the average firefighter, huh?
Yes.
Fucking idiot firefighters. Well, I like to start off with 10 rapid-fire questions for you, just to get to know Andy a little bit, huh? So here we go. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Your favorite fruit?
Apples.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I have something in store for you later. Favorite exercise?
Running.
Running. Pet peeve. Biggest pet peeve?
People biting their fingernails.
You used to do that, didn't you?
Dude, I still do. God, man.
Who is your hero?
I'd probably say my grandpa.
Grandpa? Superpower that you wish you could have?
X-ray vision.
Extra. To see some titties? Favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby, I'd say anything off-roading. I'd love doing it with my little one.
Fucking A. How many pillows do you sleep with?
One.
One? I don't sleep with any. Favorite animal?
Favorite animal, I would say a lion.
A lion? Does that represent who you are as a person? Maybe? Alright.
Yo, you can't hit that bar every episode. It's gotta
I
stop.
can. If you could meet anyone, who would it be?
Who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive.
Dead or alive, yeah.
That's a tough question. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I admire. I'd go back and probably say, like Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln?
I'd have to say him.
Abraham Lincoln.
I'd have to say
I'm
him.
really interested in
I
why.
loved history growing up. I still love history as I'm older, and I always liked the Civil War when I was growing up. So I went on a lot of reenactments with my dad, and it was just everything he did as a person.
Are you bummed out that they don't do Kokomo anymore now?
I heard about that they don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder why. Do you know why?
I do not know why.
If anyone's affiliated with Kokomo, hit us up. We
Yeah,
want
we'd
you on
love
the
to
show. We'll
interview you.
talk.
What was your favorite part about reenactments, though, when you went?
I liked it all. I liked just seeing how people lived back then and stuff. It was a simpler time back then.
Simpler. Do you think you could make it back then if you went back in time?
I'd like to think so, but I don't know.
You'd have to be building log cabins and shit like that.
Yeah.
I would not be down for that. Alright. My first question for you would be, what's the training like for a paramedic? And I read that you are trained to drive at high speeds.
Well, there's a pretty big misconception about that. It's not so much driving fast anymore. It's actually if you can drive slower and give your technicians or your paramedics in the back of the ambulance a safer ride to where that they can work the patient better. You're actually doing the patient better than driving at a high rate of speed. If you're driving at a high rate of speed, you're actually causing more problems for the technician to work the patient.
Right. So, did they recently change that? Did it used to be you drive fast?
That used to be the MO, was to drive fast and everything else, but today's with the medicine and the monitors and stuff that we have, and they found out just over the years, the slower you go, not super slow, but just going more cautiously, you're actually doing the patient more justice than you are just going real fast. Now, on certain stances, some circumstances, you do have to go fast. It's just, but you got to be more cautious.
Is that when it's like life or death?
Yes, but you still got to pay attention because some people don't pay attention still and don't move out of the way.
Guaranteed. I see so many people who actually, like, I'll be pulling over and they just keep driving.
Or
And
they're
I'm like,
getting away, man.
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing is, it's not a law that you have to move over. It's just a courtesy that you move over.
really? Would it be appropriate for you to pull over and do some road rage on somebody, maybe?
No.
Say, hey, sir, get out of your fucking car now. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And the guy in the back who's bleeding to death's going to come out and beat the shit out of you.
Hey, when it was like, I guess you drive at a fast rate, did anything ever like fall into the patient ever back then?
I don't know. The newer cabinets are locked. I mean, there's times that, I've fallen over onto a patient, especially when you're doing CPR on a patient and you take a turn at a high rate of speed.
Yeah.
It just happens.
So you're right in the back.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to school to be the person in the back.
Yes,
not the
and
driver.
even if there's times like if somebody's going into cardiac arrest or anything else, I'll be in the back with a paramedic doing whatever they need help with. So not all the time, like I could be in the back doing chest compressions or helping the patient breathe using a BVM while the paramedic's pushing drugs. and
What's a
everything else.
BVM?
It's a device that we use to help the patient breathe.
So it's like one of those little.
It's a mask you stick over
Oh,
the face
okay.
and you squeeze. And
Oh, you squeeze it. So you never give it mouth to mouth.
No, we never give anybody mouth to mouth. There are so many bad things that you can get from mouth to mouth. Just about any and every virus, bloodborne pathogen you can think of, you can get through mouth to mouth. You never go mouth to mouth.
Herpes.
Yeah, herpes, AIDS, you name it, you can get.
You can get AIDS from mouth to mouth? Oh, Jesus. Imagine hitting the bong and getting something like that.
Been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? But that clears up my question beforehand. You know that I was gonna ask. But do you want to hear it?
Yeah, what's your question?
I was gonna ask you if anyone's died on you when you were giving CPR.
Jesus Christ!
We recently.
It's a good question.
We had a guy, one of the craziest runs that I can remember. There was a guy riding a bike, and he went to cardiac arrest, and he fell right in the middle of the road. And we shocked him on the street, got him on the cot, got him in the back of the ambulance. I did CPR all the way to the hospital. We lost him 2 more times in the back of the ambulance, and we didn't think he was going to make it. And about 3 weeks later, we seen him at the CVS walking around. And
So he was just riding a bike and he had a heart attack and fell over?
he had a lot of other things in his system that made him have cardiac arrest.
Little drug problem. Little drug habit. You know, if you guys don't want to have heart attacks, eat apples. That's his favorite fruit. And stay away from crack cocaine, heroin, meth, you name it. And start taking your vitamins.
See, I was thinking it was like steroids or something he was on.
No, it's
You ever had somebody
marijuana and opiates.
opiates, marijuana? Not a good combination. You ever have somebody so big that you had to you couldn't get, like, just a big motherfucker that you were like struggling with, and he's falling on you or whatever? Or is it always a team effort with some of that?
A lot, yeah. Team efforts, because there comes a time where they are big, and it's like, and you have to call other people because you're not moving.
What's the biggest person you think you've had to deal with?
Dead or alive?
Is there
Dead
weight,
or alive,
Is there weight difference for sure?
Well, it's harder to move somebody when you got dead weight compared to live. The biggest person I do recall moving that was dead was right around 700 pounds.
Holy
700 pounds. Now, was that how much they weighed, and just in general?
Yes.
Holy.
So does that 700 pounds turn into maybe 1,000 when they're dead?
I'm not sure exactly how that goes when they die, but I mean, it's just, I mean, they're just.
Now, how'd that person die?
I'm pretty sure it was just heart failure and everything else. And
Just
they,
from
they
being
had a lot of
700
problems.
pounds?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I can't even imagine. How did you?
You forklift them
Yeah.
out? Had a hole in the wall?
No, that was you had to put them. We had to put them in a body bag, and then we had to put them. We use these things called mega movers.
In a body bag. You had to put jumbo trash bags over them. Come on.
There's these big old mega movers, and you stick them in it, and then we had to slide them down the stairs and everything.
Oh man.
So
That's
it wasn't.
crazy.
It was fresh at least.
He was, yes.
Okay, because I've heard that those people have been laying there for about a week or so that you don't hear about. They get all nasty. You ever had to deal with
I've dealt with a couple that have popped.
popped?
Yes.
Explain
Popped?
popping.
Well, when you die, your body bloats and everything else. Your skin stretches because it's just what it does, and you bloat.
Yep.
And
So do you guys just try not to pop them, or do they just
yeah,
accidentally
you try
pop?
not to pop them, but when you move them, they will sometimes.
What's
pop.
protocol on pop victims?
What's popping out? That's what I want.
No, like your skin stretches like a balloon.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So when you pop, like everything in your system comes out.
So do you guys just go in there? Do you have any special equipment you're?
Most of the time, some people can just bear it with just a mask, like an N95. Some other people wear our SCBAs.
No
and
way.
they have to wear Kyvex suits.
N95. That's
Just
crazy.
like those are just regular
Yeah. A face mask.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no. Those are SCBA suit masks.
My dad doesn't
N95s
think
are
face
like a
masks
little bit
work.
more than like a surgical mask.
Mhm.
But you can still smell it.
Yeah.
Have you ever puked on a corpse on accident?
No, that I have not.
So have you ever had to puke real bad and you just accidentally puke on a corpse?
No, I've never puked on a corpse before.
Have you ever puked on the job after smelling some nasty shit?
I have came close.
Never puked.
Never puked.
Iron stomach. I
have
couldn't.
came close.
I throw up when I vape sometimes.
I threw up when my son shit in the bath. I couldn't do it. I tried to scoop it up with it, and I was like, ugh. Kaylee, come on. I can't handle other people's shit. Just not good. So my next question is there anything that you could potentially see that would make you rethink about being in this field of work?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that makes you question things. Car accidents would be one of them, especially when you see people burn up in front of you. You see a family member crying, and the best thing that you can do is not ever give anybody a false hope.
Right.
Tell them that they're going to do everything, they're going to be okay. The best thing that you can do is tell them we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that
Right.
that we can. Is just that emotional thing. It does wear on you. And then with kids, I have kids of my own, and when you see parents go through it, their kids being hurt and everything else, it does put a toll on you after a while.
I can only imagine, yeah. So you've had to deal with kids?
Yeah, when I was going through EMT school, my first ambulance ride was with on a 10-month-old baby girl that had OD'd on cough medicine, and it was kind of surreal because the two medics that I was working with actually happened to be the two medics that worked my daughter a few months before when I lost her due
Right.
to her health conditions. So it's just kind of weird how it goes full circle.
It's full circle. Yeah, that's a pretty rough. I don't think that's why I couldn't do. I'm
Yeah.
scared of death, so
I'm not
I'd
scared
be.
of death. It's just like weak stomach and that. I just wouldn't want to see that. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be hard.
that's the thing though. I've watched terrible things on the internet, and I'm like, I could probably do it. But now you put that stuff
Yeah.
into my head. I'm like, I don't think I could ever do that. I don't have the mental capacity for it. I'd be like, I'm done. I can't go on this ride. That's what it is. No way. That's gnarly. That's too much. So
It's up there.
there's one we kind of touched on it a little bit. What's a call that you'll remember for the rest of your life? Or have you had one yet?
One of the calls that I'll remember the rest of my life would be, I'd probably say this one of these last shifts that I had. It was we were busy. It was right when the snowstorm happened. We had a semi accident, and unfortunately, one of the semi drivers passed away. And just knowing that, due to weather and everything else, you can't save them all. I mean, everybody says, oh, you save people and everything else, and we try, but it doesn't always happen.
Right.
I mean, you can't save them all. It's the ones that you try. You hear the pages go off, and you try to do something, and then you know that deep down that you still can't. No matter what you do, you can't. And those are the ones that stick with you the most.
So that you can't save?
Yeah.
Like,
those are the ones that you remember. The ones that you did everything that you can, and at the end of the day, it didn't matter.
so was that only be like, what was the, I guess why was it so hard to save this person compared to?
Weather was one of them. That was the biggest factor, and then when we got toned out and where it was, just trying, like I said, weather being the biggest factor trying to get there. By the time we got there in the initial page, there was just
Too much time in between. So if, say the weather wasn't a factor,
there would have been a better chance, yes.
so that's probably what sticks in your head. Is,
Yes.
Well, goddamn this weather. Probably would have got there on time. So thanks a lot, Mother Nature. Bitch. Connor?
Have you ever slid down a fire pole naked?
No. Both my departments don't have fire poles.
Damn.
Unfortunately, that's kind of like an older department thing that they have fire poles. I'm lucky. I'm one of the unlucky ones that don't have a fire pole.
So do you want a fire pole?
do you wish that you had a fire pole?
I kind of wish there's a couple departments that I know that they have slides. That would be cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Go down.
Well, yeah,
Naked?
you get.
But if you go down naked, you gotta oil that thing up.
Yeah,
or you're gonna go.
But,
Oh god.
but no, never.
Because that was
never gone down a
my
fire pole
question was,
naked.
are fire poles all they're cracked up to be?
I've never had to go down one.
You haven't went down one?
No.
Yet?
Damn.
What?
I did as a kid, but not.
Oh,
as
sure, but I mean,
I don't know. I feel like it would add to the whole situation, like your adrenaline pumping. You gotta hit the
Well,
fire pole.
that's a misconception because when the tones go off and you're half asleep, you're more worried about trying to get your clothes back on and trying to get down the stairs without falling.
so you really don't get to enjoy the fire pole as much.
Good point.
I feel like if I was, I'd make it. If that's like the probably best part of my job is just this pole. I gotta slide down it. I'd lick it on the way down,
That's
all
what
the
I'm
way.
saying.
Put my tongue on it. Eh.
But imagine somebody slid down it naked before you, and then you're looking all
Get a skid mark.
Oh.
No, clean up some road rash right there on the pole. Oh, that'd be all right. What characteristics about what characteristics about yourself do you think make you good at your job?
Always willing to learn would be a good characteristic. I always try to go find the most knowledgeable guys, all the guys that have been on the job a lot older, a lot longer than me. I try to learn from them all the time. Like when I was getting my EMT class, there was this, there was this girl that I know that she helped me progress to get my EMT, and everything else. She helped me along the way. I wasn't wanting to become an EMT. I just wanted to do fire, and she pushed me and pushed me and pushed me to get my EMT. And if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be where I am now as a paid firefighter. Because you have to anymore. You have to be multicultural in the fire industry.
So you want to just be firefighter?
I wanted to just be a firefighter. I had no desire to be do medic stuff at all. It just any EMS stuff. It was not fun.
But now you're better for it, huh?
Oh yeah, and come to find out, I actually like the EMS stuff just as much, if not better, than I did the fire stuff.
So explain Firefighter EMT.
Well, basically, as a firefighter EMT, it depends on what I'm doing that day. 90% of the time, I'm either on an ambulance, driving the ambulance, and if it comes out as a BLS, which is basic life support, then most of the time I'm teching in the run. So that means I'm in the back doing patient care, and somebody else is driving me in. If it comes in as ALS, which is advanced life support, then I have a medic in the back. They're doing all the patient care and everything else, and I'm driving them to the hospital. But if it comes out as a wreck or a fire or anything else like that, then I'm on the engine or...
No, you're not sliding down the pole.
Not sliding down the pole.
Wow.
And then at that time, I'm more of a firefighter than I am instead of being more of an EMT.
So with being on the fire truck, I had a question. Are you inside of it, or are you you're on the side of it, like holding on, like some movies?
All the trucks that I'm on were all on the inside.
Okay, see, I was going to ask you if you ever hung on the side, and like when you're going, do you ever just say, wee?
No, I wish we had trucks like that, but we don't have trucks like that.
Because Frankfurt, they have, not that it's firefighter, but the trash people, they ride in the back of them, which you never really see anymore. I don't know why. Probably because it's dangerous.
That's a good point.
I seen a video of this trash guy throwing trash in the back of it, and this car just creamed him right in the back, and probably died right then and there. But
what's that have to do with hanging on to the back of it?
nothing. But I'm saying it's probably because it's more dangerous. I think probably hanging on the back of it, wrecks and stuff. I don't know. So with the snow that caused the disturbance in that one call, how did COVID change your job during that time? Was that
COVID made our lives hell.
Did it?
And then some. Not so much like here, like in Tipton County where I do some of my stuff. It did to an extent with the wonderful hospitals we have here. They had it rough. They did the best that they can. Same thing with the other hospitals where I work at as well. But when you have as many people as you have in having this pandemic like we did, and you put everybody on diversions,
right,
which is basically they can't accept anymore, it just made it 10 times worse. We were constantly just going, and you never knew what hospital were taking patients, weren't taking patients, and then our protocols changed all the time of what we had to wear inside a house, what we couldn't wear inside a house, how we had to clean the back of the ambulance, everything else, always have to get tested, all that type of stuff.
How many times did you get tested?
We were supposed to get tested every day.
Every day?
For a while there.
Wow.
The nose?
We had the nose, and then we had the mouth swabs as well.
Which one did you like the best?
I'd do the mouth swabs over the nose swabs every day.
I never had to go all the way up in my...
Oh, they had to give... When I went to the hospital, I got a flu and a COVID. I didn't even know they check flu like that too. But
and
they
both
nostrils.
They also have the blood one too, where you can just prick your finger and do it that way too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the...
I don't like my own blood, but I'd rather do it than up the nose, man. That sucks so much.
Up the nose, of course you do.
No, I don't like anything on my nose.
Yeah, I wouldn't be down for it. So, here's a good question. Why do fire stations fight about whose jurisdiction a fire is, and why not just put out the fire?
Are you talking about for...
Well, so I heard something, I don't know, it was about a couple months back where this fire happened and I can't remember who, but there was a fatality.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that there was 2 fire stations arguing about whose jurisdiction it was before they went out.
It's depending on if it's a volunteer and paid. Volunteers work more out in the county,
Okay.
and paid their jurisdiction 90% of the time is like city. Some paid departments, they also have county. They also go out in the county as well, and it just depends on whose ever territory it is. Like they called townships. Like you have like Taylor Township, Cicero Township, Wildcat Township. They're all just townships of where residents live. I'm not sure what township you live in here. Well, actually, you're in the city limits, so it's just who covers where your house is.
So
it's tax revenue, basically.
But why not just, instead of arguing about it, just get out there, and then when they get out there, okay, we got it.
That would be your local government question right there.
Oh, is that what it is? The local government?
That'd be your local government right there.
Those bastards.
Damn
God
you.
forbid. Connor?
What were we just talking about? I had a question pop in my head, but I lost it, I'm gonna be honest.
Alright, well, I got a good one right here.
Oh, the volunteer and paid thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go through all the same training, right?
Yes. Believe it or not, there's not that big of a gap between volunteers and paid. Everybody goes through the same thing. The biggest difference is, like, if you go to a paid department, they will send you to their own academy most of the time. But a volunteer, you still have to meet the same requirements as the state mandates. So there's really no difference. As long as you meet the state requirements and everything else, just beside the biggest difference is one gets paid and one doesn't.
Yes.
There's really nothing different
They're
between the
both
two.
grinding. All right.
Did you go to college to be a firefighter?
No, I did not.
No, because I know there is
Yes.
college for firefighters. Did you not?
Mm.
You know AJ Nelson, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
went,
he went.
He went to Ivy Tech for a
And
while.
then he dropped out. What a fucking loser.
What'd you have to do to become a firefighter? Like,
Me, I went through.
Were you first volunteer or did you start out?
I started out as a volunteer.
Okay.
I went through mandatory firefighting for the state. Then I took Fire 1 and Fire 2. And then I took Hazmat Awareness and Operations. And then from there and that's what my current ones are now. And then you can progress from there. So
And if somebody wanted, like if anybody watching wanted to be a firefighter, would you tell them just go do volunteer work, or would you rather them go to school?
it depends. I mean, some departments will take you in with no certifications, and you can apply, and they'll take you and they'll train you, and they love that because you're not tarnished, and that's a bad way to say it's a
Tarnished how?
because they don't have to untrain you. They can train you the way that they want you to be trained.
Okay.
So therefore, you don't have any bad habits or anything else. And tarnish is a bad word to say it, but that's just kind of my interpretation of it. So it's depending on how you look at it. School's a good way of doing it as well. It's whatever works the best for you.
Did you have any bad habits?
Everybody collects bad habits.
What was your biggest bad habit?
My biggest bad habit, and it's still a habit that I still have to break, is when you do overhaul and you don't wear your SCBA.
What's that?
Our SCBA is when we as our air pack that we wear, and gives us positive pressure air so we can breathe clean air and everything else.
You don't wear that?
No, I wear it. I wear it, but when we do overhaul after the fire's out and everything else, a lot of the guys don't wear it, and it's still smoky and everything else. We're pulling ceiling tiles, we're pulling whatever down, and it's still smoky and all that stuff, and all that poison stuff is still getting in our lungs and everything else. And the rule is you still should wear it or wear some type of mask so you don't breathe all
Yeah,
that stuff.
I get worried when I'm messing with. I had a couch downstairs and I didn't have a dehumidifier, and it got a little bit of mold on it. And I was like, man, I don't want to touch this shit. I don't want it to get my lungs or something.
It's one of those things. It's you can't teach old dog new tricks. You get in the habit of doing something.
Yeah, until you start coughing a lung out, and then you're like, damn, I should have wore that shit. Huh?
Well, when you were like, I guess in training, were you like timed on how fast you put your uniform on? What's like the?
They do. It's about 2 minutes is what the is what the state is. It used to be what a minute. I think it used to be like a minute 30, and I think now it's 2 minutes.
How much does all that weigh on you?
About 70 pounds, depending on the pack and everything else.
70 pounds, so like 2 little kids on your back, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
It really depends on what pack you wear and everything else, because you got your boots, you got your bunker pants, and they got different layers in them, and then you got your jacket, which it's got 3 layers in them, and then you put that on, you got your Nomex, and then you got your mask, then you got your helmet, and then you got your pack on you and everything else, and whatever crap you have on, your gloves.
I'd definitely suffocate in a fire, for sure. No shot on making it out with all that on.
No way.
And
Yeah.
carrying, if you had to carry somebody with all that on too, like.
You ever had something fall in on you?
No, luckily not.
Well, that's good. Don't want to be trapped in nothing.
Oh, hell no.
You ever had to run up some flights of stairs before with all that shit on?
I've went up a couple flights of stairs, yes. I've never, ran up flights of stairs, but I've been in a couple houses, 2-story houses that have been on fire and everything else and gone upstairs and stuff.
So from the beginning of your career as a firefighter to now, do you still get, that fucking adrenaline rush?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone?
Every time that them tones drop, you... yeah.
Is your butthole pucker?
Your butthole puckers. I was going to use another terminology, but,
That's pretty good.
you know, and you run for it, and you're an adrenaline junkie. That's the biggest thing is what I say about any person that's a volunteer firefighter, even paid. We're adrenaline junkies. We just...
Have you ever done something superhuman? Like lift a car up off somebody?
No.
I know in times of stress, people sometimes just do incredible things.
No.
Start flying around.
Can you imagine? So, I can't. Somebody just fucking takes off, starts flying around a firefighter. Could you imagine?
That'd be crazy.
I'd be in there burning up. I'd be like, I don't even care about burning alive now. I'm watching this firefighter fly around. How incredible is this? This is good. So you were alive during 9/11.
Yep.
So
High school.
seeing that, right there, did that have an impact on a career choice then?
No, believe it or not, I didn't really want to do anything with fire at that time. My brother, my dad, and my uncle, and everybody in my family did fire, and I never really had an interest in it. And it wasn't until I moved back to Indiana and started hanging out with my brother more often, because he was still in it, did it finally start.
He's still in it now?
Registering. Yeah, he's still doing it now. Yeah, he's here in Howard County, in my department.
Cool.
So,
Do you ever have some brotherly competition?
No.
I put out a bigger fire than you.
No, not anymore.
Any brother team up on a fire?
We used to when we were on the same department together. So, and I see him every now and then, and we blow each other crap every now and then when we see each other. But
Who's the better firefighter?
Me, of course.
Okay. Even though, so he's been doing it longer though, right?
Oh yeah, a lot longer.
So he's probably has all the bad habits and shit that you don't have. So I get it. Do you think being a firefighter, do you think you could get away with arson if you wanted to? Like, you think you could set fire to someone you have a grudge with and just, you know how to do it, you know how to handle fires, and you know how to not trace it back to you? Think you could get away with it?
Now you're touching such a subject. I'm gonna
Okay, hypothetically.
I'm gonna state it this way: firefighters make good arsonists, police make good crooks.
Ooh.
Just leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that?
It's
Simple as this.
it's simple as that. It's no matter what you do in life, some people and doing some jobs do get bad credits, and it does tarnish good people, reputations, and stuff like that. So,
Do you know of any firefighters who turned into arsonists?
I have no comment on that.
Okay, all right, we'll leave that
They
there.
just leave the department and start burning buildings down.
I don't know. You never know. Police. Listen to this. Police and firefighters in France hate each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they will both regularly start riots against each other. And the firefighters would set themselves on fire and start fighting the police in France. Incredible. Who do you think would win in a riot fight? The KPD or the surrounding fire departments?
I don't know. I'd probably say the fire departments.
if you're setting themselves on fire, just give them a hug. And you're like, you're up in flames.
No, I'm like, stop, drop, and roll. What are you doing?
Could you imagine though, like the shit that France has to deal with?
Psychopaths.
That would turn me away from you. Would you ever go over there now, knowing that? Would you want to be a fire? I'd be like, different. I'm switching up careers.
Yeah,
Straight up. I ain't lighting myself on fire. I wonder if they have like a training regimen. They might. All right, so whenever a riot happens, breaks out, this is how you set yourself on fire.
Here's the riot gas.
Do you? So you live in the firehouse, right?
When I'm on shift, yes.
When you're on shift. So do you have responsibilities in the firehouse?
Yes, we have daily, weekly, and nightly duties. It's just like living, at home. Our daily duties, we have to check out all the trucks, make sure they run, they gas up, everything, the light sirens work on them. And then we have to check out one truck or two trucks, depending on which day of the week it is, thoroughly. Make sure that they have everything works on the pump, if they have all the supplies that they need, all that type stuff. And then we have like bathroom duties, laundry duties, all that type stuff. And then we cook and clean there, and whatever we dirty up, we have to wash it and everything else. And then at the end of the night, we have to mop and sweep. And
Do you who's the best cook at your firehouse?
depending on our shift, I don't know. Kai, the medic that's on our, I'd say she's probably our best one that we have.
Shout out.
So,
Shout out. What was it? Kai.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best meal that you've ever eaten there?
Our best meal there. I don't know, because I just got on this shift not too long ago. So
Has there ever been a meal that was so good that you didn't get to finish because a call came in?
there's been a lot of like that. There's a small cafe in where I work, and we went and sat down. And as soon as we sat down, we got toned out to a call. Went, took care of it, came back, sat down, ordered our food, got toned out to a call. Damn. Went back, sat back down, got toned out to a call. By the time we got back, they were closed. But they'd already boxed up our food and everything else for it. But by the time we got back to eat it, it was already cold and everything else.
I didn't throw it away, honestly.
It's worth a shot.
So
Now, which one of your responsibilities in the house do you hate doing the most?
that I hate doing the most.
You ever try to get out of and just like pull some rank on somebody?
I'd say bathroom duties.
Bathroom duties?
Yeah, I'd just say bathroom duties, because you know how people are.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know.
Just shitting and farting,
Dude, I
man.
can imagine.
Dude, yeah.
So.
Is it majority of men in the fire department? Or?
It's for the most part, yes. On my shift, I have my medic Kai. She's a female, and it's just her, another gentleman, and myself that's on our crew.
Just three?
There's three.
How many people are in a department, I guess? I guess
There's
that vary?
three. There's three. Yeah, it varies. We have a smaller department. We're starting to grow, so we're not like KFD and a couple other departments. We're small. We're hopefully going to be up to 4 or 5 by the end of the year per shift. But right now we're at 3 per shift. So it varies.
All right, so
But we're a weird department because we're a combination department. So if we get like a big structure fire or whatever else, we also have volunteers on our department. So we have all the volunteers that show up as well. So
Connor, get out that stopwatch, would you?
Oh, yeah.
We got a little task for you at hand.
Apple time!
Apple time, baby! All right, so listen, the last episode we did this, and it was very well received, believe it or not.
Everyone loved it.
And it was a donut eating competition, but I asked you about a donut, and you said, I'm off the sweets, baby. I like apples. So we got an apple here for you. We're going to see how fast you can eat this apple. And Connor's going to time you with no hands. No hands. I swear this is clean apple, too. Promise you. I would never put you in anything I would have to call out the fire department for. So that time will start when you take your first bite.
How do you expect me to eat the apple?
That's for you to figure out, for me to watch it and be entertained.
The whole thing?
I mean,
as much as you can. You can get down to the core.
Get down to the core of the problem.
It's too late to say give me a donut.
It is, because I don't have one. I would have sent Connor out last night to Dan's.
I think you got it.
I think you do got it. Oh, here we go.
There's no way. I can't do that.
Open your mouth!
It's okay.
Okay.
There we go.
There's a first bite.
That's not bad.
I'll look away from that hand grab.
Now you just gotta sink them teeth into those. That old,
That's a good one.
that old bite mark.
I can't.
You know how hard it is to hold this and watch?
Imagine how hard it is eating it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I can't.
There we go.
He's so close. He's so close. There we go.
There we go.
No, because that time it still spins.
Yeah, you didn't know.
There's no way.
I can't. Oh my god. How's the apple?
What's the time?
You're at a minute. You're doing
That's not bad.
fairly well.
Maybe now you'd be good with no hand.
Oh
Hey.
god.
That's a good one.
You'll be alright if it.
Man, there we go. Bottom.
There's no way.
I think you fell in love with the apple. Oh, there it goes.
And that is the time.
That's a 158, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good time. Honestly, that was
A donut would have been so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, guaranteed. I mean, you'd think that, but the donut
Yeah,
girl from the
sure.
last one, she didn't even finish the donut.
It was a little hard. It was a long john.
It wasn't wrong, John.
But that was great effort.
That was good effort. Honestly, I'm glad you even attempted.
Yeah, I appreciate
So
it.
thanks for being a good sport on that. And some people probably won't want to eat a donut off the string. I guess you can keep the apple if you want it. I don't know.
Fell on the ground, but
Because I'm glad when you said favorite fruit, you said apple. I was like, that's why we were like, oh, that's great.
perfect.
Either that or it was going to be a tomato or something.
Oh, a
Can
tomato.
you imagine?
We've been squirting everywhere, man.
Not the first time I've ever seen it squirting all over the place.
Yeah.
Kaylee eats onions like an apple.
Ugh.
My wife, yeah. Disgusting. I could never do it.
Never do it.
All right, well, we'll go on back to these. Honestly, I'm going to shoot in here
my
to
God.
the fan questions here. Connor, I know you have one. I think they were some of them.
I already said my fan question at the beginning. It was the mouth-to-mouth thing.
Oh, the mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
These were asked by AJ Nelson.
Oh, Lord.
So, favorite employee
I
you worked
did
with at
that.
Gabe's Pizza?
AJ probably wants me to say him.
Being honest.
Being honest, I would have to probably say it'd be a tie because I liked AJ, but I also liked. God, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Graydon?
Graydon.
I was about to say, I was like, if you didn't say Graydon, I was about to say, Graydon, you suck.
Those two would be probably the best two.
All right, best and funnest story at UPS.
Probably the time I jumped out of the trash can at Andrew Wall or the tires.
Andrew, oh yeah, dude, I remember that. You'd hide in those.
trash can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trash can came down the belt. We pulled it off the belt. And I got into it, and he come out, and I jumped out of it. Everything else. Oh yeah. that was-
Surprisingly, he's a driver now.
Oh, God.
Isn't that crazy? Andrew.
Wall?
Oh,
It was
Andrew
Wall.
Poor. Andrew
Oh,
Poor.
Poor, yeah,
Yeah.
it was Wall.
I remember Andrew Wall. I don't know what he's doing now. I haven't seen him in a minute. And then, can you wheelie your Harley?
No, I don't even have it anymore.
Don't have. Explain, AJ, why you don't have it anymore.
I got rid of it. It
Just sat and sat.
no, just life happened and bought a house and everything else, and just.
You want me to take that apple?
Can we go back to what happened with the tires?
Tires. I got it on video still somewhere at the house. We stacked a whole bunch of them. I can't think of his name. He's a driver too. He used to preload.
Honeysuckle?
Not honeysuckle. Shit. I can't think of his name. He got a whole bunch of them, so I jumped across the belt and I hit into him. And he yelled for Wall to come down and everything else to see about moving him somewhere. And as soon as Wall walked by him, I jumped out and everything else. It was
Good
freaking
times.
hilarious.
Who-
Oh yeah.
Who's the prankster at your department?
Oh, that's a good one.
Who's the prankster? It'd be me.
What's the best
It'd
prank
be
you
me.
pulled?
I haven't really pulled. See, I'm a pro. I'm a probie still, so I can't pull any pranks right now. You know.
Oh,
So-
you're getting fucking canned. You're actually getting thrown in the trash can.
Yeah.
Have any pranks happened to you? Like when you were a rookie or whatever?
Not yet. Too much. So. Not yet.
And we have one more from Matthew Gutierrez. Remember old Matthew,
Oh
don't
yeah,
you?
good old Matthew.
He said, "Does he miss me?"
A little bit. What's he doing now?
He went out to Lafayette to party in college and shit, even though he's not in college. So, I
That
mean,
sounds like me.
yeah, that's just what he wanted to do. So, I mean, good for him. God bless him. Maybe come back to UPS sometime. Or actually don't. It's not worth it.
No.
Now, pranks kind of reminds me. I've heard some stories online and stuff of people becoming, what's the word? Desensitized to pretty intense things they see, and they'll make jokes or something. Has there ever been a time where maybe you've seen a body part laying around, you wave it? Or have you ever seen anything like that? Because I've heard some stories that people take a hand and, oh, hi.
No, I can't. I can't say that. I can say the time where I had to go looking for a guy's foot when it was cut off in a vehicle because of a car wreck.
Did he not get his foot back? Did you
I
find
know
it?
he got his foot. Well, he got. I don't think they put it back on. I'm pretty sure it's a nub, but you know.
How does one
It's like
preserve a
got his
foot as it's getting to the rightful owner?
Well, they took the foot with him when they put him in the helicopter. But
Okay.
I mean,
Have you ever successfully saved a limb?
like, what do you mean successful? We ain't got nothing. We just give it to them.
Right, but you know, have you
Whoever-
ever held one that actually got put back on? Do you know?
No, not to my
Not that you
knowledge,
know of. I couldn't. I'd be so sad. I wish I could help you look for my foot, but I can't walk. Sorry. Do all? This is my number one question. I really want to know. Do all firefighters shower in one big group shower?
No.
No?
that
Okay,
was
then I
quick.
guess my second question of is there anyone you would drop the soap in front of? Is not a question I can ask now. You just shower alone?
Yes.
I would rather shower with the boys, you know? Just getting all that sweat and grime off, getting that hard working day off you.
I don't know about that, man.
I'd help scrub somebody's back for them. Why not? Just a friendly thing to do.
You'd be the guy that no one asked to help, though. You know? It'd just be.
But like Jacob cleans the best backs. Go to him.
No, you'd be like that guy from Mr. Deeds. He's very sneaky. You sneak
Very,
up
very
behind-
sneaky, sir. Did you know you
Mrs.
have another
Spock.
hand on you? Firefighters are known to make some fire-ass chili, pun intended, and subs. Can you make either?
Chili, yes. I can make some good chili.
What kind of chili?
It's well, one of my secret ingredient would be a Hershey bar. That I add into
What do
it.
you mean a Hershey
You
bar?
it's when you add everything to it, you just add a little bit of a Hershey bar into it, and it makes it a little bit sweet.
You got that whole department shit in their pants for.
No, you got to try. I was against it until a member of another department did it, and he won a chili cook-off with it and everything else, and he gave me his. He won $1,000 on his chili cook
It's
often.
a chocolate bar.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like chili to begin with, so.
I don't like chili either, but I made some chili when I was in like 6th grade in home ec class, and it was fucking so good. We had steak in it and shit.
All I do is make pancakes because I never buy
Yeah,
anything.
I did a lot of pancakes. What made you want to pursue such a dangerous career?
To get the hell out of UPS.
Amen to that.
Valid
Good.
answer.
You know, yeah, give a round of applause for that.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Got out of UPS. So, what are some pros and cons of being a firefighter? Would you say?
I feel like when I leave work, I feel like I did something. You know, that's the biggest thing. Like I actually self-worth. I would put it that way. Like
Okay.
you know, the cons would be you miss a lot. I mean, I work 24 on, 24 off for three days, and then I'm off for 4. So if there's any events in between that time.
You ain't seen it.
No.
Damn.
That sucks.
So that's the drawback. So
Are you out of questions?
I might be out of question, I'm
You
be honest.
son of a bitch. Well, I guess I'll just go through the rest of mine. So I guess you don't give CPR, but if you had to give CPR to a woman who has massive fake titties, and I'm talking beach ball size, is there a risk that they could pop and that could create a whole other problem?
they're actually more what you call it?
This leads me into a good question.
They're-
you know?
They're more resilient than what you think.
Are they? You just
Yes.
smack them around and they're cool?
Probably, honestly.
Give me an old right uppercut?
Unless it's just a bad job, you know?
That silicone is different. It's designed and you'd be fine.
Now, say if she happened to pass, what would happen once the body pops?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Okay.
Never been in a silicone situation? What's the best part about being a firefighter?
The best part, I would say, just feeling like I accomplished something. Like I said, just I go to work, or when I leave work, it feels like it's just self-worth. Like, you know, I made a difference, or you know,
Help somebody out.
just did something. And it doesn't have to be anything. It could be just going and just doing a lift assist, just helping somebody. Just they can't get out of their chair and just have to go to the bathroom, or just they slipped and fell. They just need help up. It's little stuff like that. It doesn't have to be big things. It's little things, and that's the thing. Everybody thinks, oh, you got to do this. It's like, no, it's the little things. You just helping somebody out. You know, you don't get that. The job before I had is like what? All I did was move boxes, and you know, even when you did good, you didn't do good because they didn't give two shits how it did or anything else. They didn't come and tell you your self-worth. It was pointless.
I agree. They don't give a shit about you. But I helped an old lady one time when I was on my route. She, her dog got excited or something and seen the package car and it, like, ripped her down.
Oh.
I stayed there. She scraped her knee. I helped her up. Did feel good.
But
I
see,
was-
that made you
yeah.
feel good.
And I was like, do you need help getting back to your house or something? You know, I didn't give a fuck whether or not I get in trouble or whatever. But, I mean, hell, a lady fell over.
Yeah,
and she
probably
was,
10 minutes later, like, what the hell's taking you so long?
Yeah, what are you doing over there? Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I've helped a couple people. I've helped some runaway dogs. Seen some dogs running around out in the county, and they come up to me. I call the person, hey, your dog's out. I have them, and drop the dogs off to them on break time. So just just to say that. Now, have you ever gotten laid because you're a firefighter?
Damn.
No.
That ain't never helped me.
No.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
Do you think some people? do you think some people go into firefighting and thinking that they're about to stay?
Yeah, it's that way. Same being a cop, I think they say.
They're about to just
think
put.
the
They're
same
about
thing,
to get some soaking puss.
Yeah. Sliding
my
down
God.
a lot of fire poles. You
I
know
might have
what
to
I'm
call
saying?
backup. I might drown in this shit.
Yeah. Bring the hose.
Going back to how you help people. Have you ever had to save a cat? The stereotypical firefighter story.
I got plenty of those firefighter stories about saving cats out of trees.
You're kidding.
I've saved at least 3 cats out of trees.
Is it common? Is it more common?
It's
than
more
you
common
think?
than what you think. And the bad thing is you can't explain to people that the cat will come down out of the tree when it gets hungry. But they will still call.
I want my cat.
and do it. Oh, yeah. I got pictures of me getting cats out of trees.
So when you go up to get the cat, has it ever just?
I won't get a cat out of a tree without a jacket on because they will claw the shit out
The
of you.
fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I don't really like cats.
It depends on the cat, really.
Now, this is my last question. Do you look at strip clubs differently because of the poles, even though you don't slide down the poles anymore, or haven't? And do those poles? You ever see them? They just give you PTSD. Well, if you do go to strip clubs, I don't know if you do.
I think the last time I went to the strip club was your 21st birthday there, buddy.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you and Joe and Aaron McKinley were all there. Yeah, okay.
Thinking about that group is funny.
Yeah, I know. And Brad Earp was there.
Brad Earp was
yeah.
there, yeah.
So you didn't just sit and look at the point. You're like, oh no. Or do you think they look like confused firemen
No.
trying to slide down the pole? You're like, no, you got to slide down, not spin or do stuff. Don't take the clothes off. Going back to you, they don't take the clothes off, but the ones in the strip clubs do. Those firefighters.
Huh?
Because you asked if you ever slid on the fire pole without
Yeah.
his clothes on, but the ones in the strip clubs, they do take their clothes off.
It's a W.
They get their butthole juice
I
on.
didn't know that.
Yeah, you haven't been to one.
Yeah.
So no PTSD looking at strip club poles?
Nope.
You ever thought in your head, oh, I remember that lady who fell over or something?
Nope.
What?
I got a question. Have you ever dressed up as a sexy fireman?
For Halloween?
No.
No comment.
Oh, I think you might have. I want to hear. What's the sexy firefighter role play, maybe?
That's hilarious. I love it. I love it.
Like I'm putting out the fire. Here I am. You come in there with an axe on your shoulder, butt naked.
Here's Andy.
Here's Andy. Oh my god, you just chopped down a door for no reason?
Oh, God,
Ever?
I love it.
I want to hear that comment.
no comment.
Well, that's all my questions. Connie, unless you have
I'm trying to think of some more. That was a good one.
that was a good one. If you ain't got none.
I ain't got none on the top of my head right now, but...
Andy, you got anything to say to the kids or anything about being a firefighter? Or any good advice if they're looking to become a firefighter?
Best advice I can give you is check your smoke detectors with your family and have a planned area for your family if your house does catch on fire. So your family knows where you guys are at if something bad were to happen. So if the fire department comes and you're not all there, you guys can tell us and give us an idea of what location and everything else so we can help get your loved ones out of the house.
That's solid. I don't have a fire plan, so maybe I should think about that. I'm 23.
Jump out the window, man. I don't know.
Do you save dogs, or do you just get yourself out?
And we save all animals.
Okay, that's good. What about the ones that you have to do? Do you ever look at the little thing on people's doors? Like,
Yep.
oh, that actually works. Okay. Well, thank you for being on. I appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having me.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe we'll have to get a fire pole in here and we'll like make your dream come true.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
We'll
We
just
got
push
to.
you at the top and let you fall down. Huh?
And you can do it naked as well. If you
Yeah.
If you like.
if you're comfortable with that. I don't know, maybe. I'm going to see if this will work. All right. There we go. And we're sounding off, baby. See you next Monday.